down. Here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is fielded at the 27. A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 42. They begin the drive with McFarland. And he's got some space here. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
And 22 more yards there and another first down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
And power running here down to the 6-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right?
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great effort there. His 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens are on the board first here this afternoon. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
Well, that's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and they came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
On 2nd down, here's Pierce. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. They're going for Howard, but the pass intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Well, we went from scoreless to 13-0 in a hurry. First, their offense had the touchdown, and now the defense comes through with one.
You can't get a better 1-2 punch than that. Follow up a touchdown offense by getting one on defense. If they keep that effort up, you'll take the other sideline out of this one very quickly.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. After the pick six a moment ago, here's Mills again. Finds his man, it's John Mechie. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now it's 2nd and 9. Now Mills. Caught left side by Mechie. That'll go for a gain of 7. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Mills on 3rd and 2. He completes this to Russell Gage. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. It'll be a gain of 16 for number 16.
And there was absolutely zero pressure on the quarterback on that play. 3rd down, and he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a first down pickup.
Powering forward. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. The numbers for Thomas from last week's effort. 6 catches, 74 yards.
And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass. He had to have circled this one on the schedule and said to himself, this should be a big game.
And they'll throw again. Here's Mills. There again is Thomas. They've gone to him a lot. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Pierce will try to pick it up. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. On 3rd down, here's Mills. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Myers' kick is good, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They've got the lead here as they start out 1st and 10, trying to erase the memory of the loss last week. That came at the hands of the Jacksonville Jaguars. They'll start this drive out on the ground, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson. That's complete to the fullback, Ricard. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards the pickup there. Good for a Raven first.
And as a quarterback, you're always pleased when you can use all the weapons at your disposal. Here he spots his fullback underneath, gets the completion right there for a nice pickup.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the give, this is McFarland. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. The Ravens at 3-1 here through their first 4 games. And they come in off a disappointment last time out. That put an end to their modest 3-game win streak.
And it always hurts when you lose a tight game, as they did a week ago. I think each player starts thinking to himself, if I could have played better, one play here, one play there, maybe it could have changed this team's fortunes. But it absolutely illustrates how important it is to play a complete game if you want to win in the NFL.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Ordinarily in short yardage, most people don't run a toss because it takes a little bit longer to develop. But some teams see it as a very physical type run because the amount of people that get out in front of the runner, offensive linemen, tight ends, sometimes an extra back, they like to run that play there and try and run over people.
And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up 2nd down. Jackson now. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 24-yard line. On the handoff, it's McFarland. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
And when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They go play action with Jackson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And the Texans are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
Absolutely a golden opportunity missed there to add to their lead and really cap off an impressive drive because they've got the advantage and plenty of time to add to it. But on the flip side, plenty of time for an opposing comeback as well. So when you have the chance to distance yourself not just so early, partner, you know you don't want to let it slip away.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
From the 24, Mills. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, sometimes those cliches really come true, don't they? When they talk about it takes all 11 to play good defense. We've seen that in this ball game. I think the secondary has to be singled out, though. They are in the presence of every receiver whenever the ball's thrown. And this
he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Running with McFarland. And they string that play out nicely. He stopped before he could turn upfield. No gain, second down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Throwing is Jackson. That is caught inside the 5. And in for the Ravens touchdown. A great play there. With his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Tucker with the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. And now out comes Houston.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mills. This will be complete to Mechie. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle.
It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Mills to the air again. There again is Cooks, complete. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last.
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
After review of the play,
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Mills again. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. To throw, Mills. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Myers' kick is good, and that'll get the deficit down to 15. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
But no kneeling for them. They decided they weren't going to run out the clock. They decided to take their shot downfield, hoping to either make a connection or a pass interference call. They wanted more points to put on the board.
Flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15. Jackson. He's going to let it go again. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown. A big play there. As the first half is winding down. And the Ravens continue to pull away here in this first half. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run.
It was Tyus Bowser that time who made the play on the defensive side.
So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around the NFL here in Week 5. We'll get our tour started out at venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. And it's the Bears who have the lead. Quarterback Justin Fields with 3 touchdown passes. We'll stay in the NFC North as we head over to the Motor City to check on the Lions at home in Detroit. And as you see, they were losers back on Thursday night. Geno Smith, a touchdown pass in the victory. In the game you're watching, we've seen a strong first half out of Lamar Jackson. His guys have a 3-touchdown lead as we're about ready to go into the second half. And to get you through it, we give it back to Brandon Gaud.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half.
This one fielded at the 5. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter.
They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles. And, I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the third quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this one. And seeing how they just came out onto the field, it does appear like they're done scoring points in this one. They look awfully confident.
From the 35 on second down, Jackson going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. From the gun, this will be McFarland. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson. Throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
And the Texans are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
Well, pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
On second down, here's a keeper by the QB.
Mills hit, and he loses the ball. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line.
So that play, I mean, it was pretty well blown up from the start, and it results in a turnover.
Yeah, when you're running the option like that as a quarterback, you have so many different keys and reads to make that sometimes as you're making them, you're not protecting the ball the way you should, and it gets popped free.
The tight end in motion right.
Here's the local Texas product, J.K. Dobbins.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Jackson. Caught on the slant. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Ravens take the forced fumble and convert it into 6 points. So they're able to capitalize there on the short field, and that might prove to be the score that turns out the lights.
The party's over. Oh, sorry about that. That's an old reference there, folks. But, yeah, they've been the better of the two teams by far, and that's great complementary football right there. Defense gets the turnover, sets up the short field, and the offense goes right out and scores to open up a pretty sizable lead.
Tucker with the extra point, and that'll push the lead up to 29 now. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Texans set to come onto the field.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
First and 10, it's Pierce.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
Throwing, Mills. Swings this one out wide for Pierce.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And now it's 3rd and 4.
From the shotgun, it's Mills.
He gets it to Cooks.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long?
Mills to throw it. Delivers another one to Pierce.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Texans send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the second time. Three quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Play action. It's Jackson.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Desmond King picks it. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. Has a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. From the 24, Mills over the middle. That's caught by Mechie. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. A first down throw for Mills. Over the middle, complete. That's Thomas. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Kyle Hamilton picks it. There he goes left side. Past the 20. And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. Tucker now for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. Throwing after the interception, Mills. And he's going to have the hook up to Gage. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Houston. Russell Gage, 75 yards. And the Texans are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. And one play, 75 yards end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
Extra point up and through by Myers as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. But not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They could definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do is they try and meet it halfway, meaning they want to continue to run their offense, but they put in a lot of backups to do it, and then tell the opposing coach, hey, I had to get them some work too. I can't just let them sit over on the sidelines all the time.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. To throw on 2nd and 10. Jackson. Now he'll square up and throw deep left sideline. And that that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
On third down, Jackson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach. And maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this one's going to go out of bounds, so no recovery. But on fourth down, a change of possession anyway. On first down, McFarland. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Rolling to his left. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. From midfield now, here's Jackson. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 26. To throw is Jackson. Now a leaping catch. He's got it.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Well, they have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start. And pass plays like we just saw, they're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the 4th quarter.
And that they have in every way. And plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Now Tucker to add the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive, 80 yards, 9 plays. And it's capped off by the Baltimore score. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Houston set to take over. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Mills. Over the middle, open is Thomas. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Looking to throw is Mills. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
The Texans send the punter out as he'll come on to kick this one away. This is taken at about the 14.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
57, Mike 57. Me and you all day. I'm coming after you.
Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. He'll buy some time right. He's got a man complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Now Jackson on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, big here in the 4th quarter. Up really big. That pass and incompletion. I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points. But they're not going to turn them down.
And that's caught inside the 35. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line. Crossing over out of bounds. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10.
Check 13.
Here's Jackson to throw. And nearly another interception. Well, it would have been his 3rd of the game, but this time he couldn't hang on. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
And Jackson throwing once more. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
Now it's Jackson. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it
stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Eluding the pressure, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Working out of the gun, Mills.
Throwing right, and that's complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
One last shot from Mills.
And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
It certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day,
Why would I ever have to cop a chain again when the QB chain birthed most of the chains in the game? No post office to stamp in time. Took a slice out of the big apple, made apple pies, family size. Leather bombers and Nike Sacai's. Dangerous corners, you better pray that tomorrow arrives. Rap, Sugar Ray Robinson, nothing sweet. Y'all too out of shape to even box with me. Heavyweight, I know my way around the ring. Just like Shorty know her way around the storm. Making hits with Hit Boy, all he gotta do is hit record. Record breaking news, had to show up just to fill a void. Confused boy, little boys, y'all better keep your poise. Leave me out of the weasel. Be cool when you see me, I'm hot at all that rap people. The hood know you, so we don't borrow, believe in it. Locked in on the instrumental, I took back the key to this. Run me the keys, run me the bees, run me that flow back. The top 3, I'm not number 1, how could you post that? I would have crowned the city is mine, you cannot hold that. I'm not the one to go at.